Yeah, you guys actually reminded me. Thank you. How do you turn your mic off? There's a mute button. Yo, thanks for reminding me to record. Okay, it's recording. Okay, yeah, the use there. Right. So okay, let me switch off the chat because it's gonna disturb me. So guys, the first thing we're gonna touch on is psychology, right? Psychology, and touch on psychology, because everybody can trade, right? Everybody knows how to analyze the market, but only a few people can actually like trade and hold positions. I know a lot of people who open trades. It's a good trade, but then they close too soon. Or worst case scenario, I know people who don't even open trades at all because they're scared, Like you must come to the market with the right mindset, You mustn't come to the market scared. You mustn't come to the market with the big head. And one thing you need to know is that if you're a beginner, you are bound to make losses. You are bound to blow accounts. There's no way around it. So like you can't really cry when you blow an account. Like you need to accept that this is like a business. Businessmen they go to the bank, right, and they will take like 100 million rand loan or up to 500 million, to start up a business, to buy land, buy a property. I'm sure maybe you guys have parents or family members that are entrepreneurs. Go to the bank, take a loan, take a loan, right? You're basically risking, like, an entrepreneur is someone who risks. So they take that 100 million and then they go buy land for 50 million, and then they left with another 15, they left with 50 million to buy, let's say it's a law firm, no, not a law firm, yeah, law firm, whatever it is. You buy equipment, you buy desks, you buy laptops, you employ people, right? And then 3 months down the line, not every business is going to be successful. 3 months down the line, you're not making a profit as a business. You're forced to close down. That's 100 million gone in debt. So you must treat trading like a business, guys. You can't be crying if you lose 2,000, if you blow 2,000 rand. Like it's you bound to like lose money. And in terms of psychology, that's the first thing you need to accept, is that you are bound to make losses. Once you deposit the money into your broker, guys, it's no longer yours. That money is no longer yours. You need to now work on a way to get that money back. You feel me? We need to work on getting that money back. So you need to please, Leander, I don't know. I can't see the participants now because I'm on the screen. Leander, switch off your mic if you can hear this, just please. But I hope you guys can hear me though, what I've been saying. Could you guys hear that?
Bandile Mfana, I'm really sorry, but can Luyanda just switch off his mic? He's really disturbing us. Like
Okay.
Askis Ndwana, but can you please just switch off his mic?
Hey, let me look for him. Let me look. Oh, I see. Leander who? Leander.
I'm not sure about his name, but it's Luyanda. He has his video camera on. It's disturbing. Can he just switch off his mic?
I think I just removed. It's recorded, so you'll see it. Okay, so as I was saying, yes, but we can't see you. I think it's out. Okay. So yeah, guys, the first step in terms of psychology, right? Working on your psychology, you need to accept that you are bound to make losses, and you need to come to the market with a calm head, cool-headed, like you mustn't come to the market with the mindset to make money, you must come to the market with the mindset, you mustn't come to the market scared. So you mustn't come cocky, you mustn't come scared. You must just be in the room, must be net neutral, right? You need to be neutral, right? So that's like just a little bit on psychology, guys. Like psychology is hectic. There's a lot more to it, But for today, like you need to accept going into this week, you need to like accept. I'm not demotivating anyone or anything, but you are like bound to make losses. You know, even I make losses. Remember, as a trader, like you are bound to make losses. It's like a business. It's like a business thing, right? So enough on psychology, guys. I'm just gonna get into technical analysis, right? So remember, guys, we use technical analysis. I don't look at fundamentals. Maybe some of you do, but I don't look at fundamentals, right? Strictly technical, strictly trend lines, right? So guys, remember that in the market, right, the market moves in two directions, right? Uptrend, downtrend, as an example of an uptrend. But drawing is the worst, so you guys would have to forgive me. Uptrend, right? And this is an example of a downtrend. Right, like that. So you can see in an uptrend, the best way to notice an uptrend, right? You need to look at the lows, right? Look at the lows. If like the lows are like going up, then it's obviously an uptrend, right? And look at the highs in the downtrend. If like, you know, they're going down, then it's a downtrend, you know, like the market moves in on an uptrend, it's a high low. Okay, so rising is gonna take time, but this is the bottom is a high low, and this is a higher high. Higher high, right? This is like purely the basics, right? Higher high, right? And then in a downtrend, this is a lower high, right? The point where you connect your trend line, this is the high, right? Just that now it's in a downtrend, so we're gonna call it our lower high, and this is our lower low because it's at the bottom. You check, right? So guys, in terms of connecting your trend line, you always want to connect your trend line on your lows, right? So in an uptrend, you literally want to connect it. I'm gonna try to change the color so that it's different. You connect on the obvious lows, guys. So you see, have peak one, low two. Okay, in the textbook that I sent, it's called peaks, right? Peaks and throughs, whatever it is. So you have peak one, peak two, right? And guys, as you all know, let's just pretend this was straight. You know, let's just pretend. My drawing isn't the best, right? So as you guys all know, we get touch one, touch two, and also touch two, wait for number three, guys. Touch three is our entry point, right? So peak three, third touch, we call it the third touch. That's where we enter the market, guys. That's where they enter the market, you know. So if we get a third touch, obviously with there's more to it than just touching, you know, it's reversal candlestick, wick rejection, you know, stuff like that. But to simplify it, the third touch, guys, is our entry point. Third touch, entry point, right? Chat, this is where we enter. And again on the fourth, 2 days to change the color, and again on the fourth touch, guys.
Wait,
You know,
Bandile. Sorry
we
to
don't
disturb.
need to we don't
Sorry
sure.
to disturb. We can't see the whiteboard. Sorry to disturb.
Can you see the whiteboard now? I can see, but we can see. People are saying they can. Go click on the thing there and choose a different screen. Everyone says they can see.
Okay.
Yeah, just fiddle there on the screens. Swipe to the left. It's saying swipe to the left. Swipe to the left. Okay, so as I was saying, guys, basically we draw a trend line from the two touches, right? And then we wait for touch three. That's if we catch our trend in the early, like while it's still like forming, you know. Sometimes you open a trade, you open a chart and you can see that we got the third touch. Let me just tool. You open your charts and you could find the market over here, right? So obviously what you're gonna do is you're gonna connect your trend line and you're gonna wait for touch number 4, you know? You're gonna wait to see how the market reacts to the trend line, basically. You're gonna be looking for a fourth touch. Remember, we trade what we see, not what we think, you know? You don't wanna, like, some people, I actually get a lot of beginners that ask me that, okay, if the market has moved off the trend line for the third touch, why don't we enter sells at top for it to ride it going down? Guys, that's not like a solid entry point. You know, we strictly trade trend line trading, you know, no trend line touch, no entry. I stick by that rule, no touch, no entry. That's why I can go like 2 days, 3 days 4 days without trading, if I don't get it touched, I have no reason for me to enter. You know, it all goes. That's just part of my trading. That's my trading rule. Number one trading rule: no touch, no entry, guys. Remember, as a trader, you need to have rules, guys. And I want to share this one rule that all of you guys should actually also, like, you know, stick to this rule, live by the rules, like no touch, no entry. No need to force trades. You can, some people wait days, some people wait weeks without, like, you know, without an entry point, you know. So as I was saying, guys, you always wait for the market to retrace down to your trend line, right? So now let me go to the charts. Let's go look at the charts. Can you guys see the charts? Can you guys see the charts? Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So as I was saying, guys, let's do NAS, because last session I was focusing on currencies. Let's do NAS this session. Okay, actually remove this thing. Wait, hold up. Okay, yeah. So guys, as this message is in the chat. Okay, sure. So as I said, guys, I should remove full screen. Like I said, another thing, we always analyze on the bigger time frames. We do this to avoid being caught on the wrong side of the market, right? So you want to see the bigger picture, guys, you know, bigger picture. That's how you avoid getting caught on the wrong side of the market. You know, like just a silly example, right? Actually, no, I'm not going to go there because it's no waste time. But if you look at the daily time frame, you know that NASDAQ is like bullish, right? Bullish. So we are going to be looking for buys, like you're all going to be looking for more buys and sells, right? I'm not saying that NAS never sells. There are sell trades that are seen in the group, you know. But looking at the bigger time frame, you know what type of trades you really want to be looking to enter, right? So as I said, remember, guys, we connect our trend line on our obvious low. So here's our first, second, and third, right? And as you can see, after the third touch, NASDAQ, you see closed above our trend line, pushed up, right? Same as for the fourth, right? So now you can imagine when you caught this fourth touch, and you had the patience to hold your European deep profits, right? So yeah, that's what you do for your upward trend line, right? And for your parallel, I'll call it parallel because on the other side, right? You do the same. You want to connect it on your obvious peaks, you know. So just like this, touch number one, touch number two, right? But we want to extend it to wait for the third touch to sell, right? So as you can see, we can see the analysis in a channel, right? So it's actually a long-term analysis. So next thing you want to do is you want to go down to a smaller time frame, H4, right? Let me just do it like this. Now focus on what's happening, right? So as you can see, this is our third touch. That shot up. I covered this in the last seminar, right? In the last Zoom thing. Your take profit is always your previous high, right? Because that's the zone where the market is most likely to reverse. So as you can see, because some people struggle, some people ask me like, how do I know to set my take profit? Guys, take profit is always the previous high, always at all times. So this is the third touch. Remember the third touch I showed you on the daily time frame. So that your entry points would have been somewhere around here, right? And you would set your take profit to be this high over here. This is the previous high. Take profit would have been smashed, you know, take profit would have been smashed. And like I said, the previous high is the zone, is where the market is most likely to reverse. And as you can see, that exactly did happen. Exactly that happened. Came back down for fourth touch. Take profit now would be the previous high, which is over here. You can see CP would have been smashed, you know. But I went into detail with this in the last one. It's saved on the group, right? I even explained how to set TP2, TP3, all that stuff, right? So that's just take profits, right? and targets and all that. So we can see now, let me just delete this. So as much as we started our analysis on the daily time frame, right, you want to go into smaller time frame to catch like, more trades. Because honestly speaking, if you're just waiting on the daily time frame, you're like gonna miss out on 98% of the trades, because you'll be like, now you're gonna wait for 2, 3, 4, touch number 5, and that isn't always guaranteed, So you need to see, this is the purpose of using this is the purpose of multi-time frame analysis. You capitalize, you can catch more trades, right? So let's just go into here. Like I said, guys, you draw your trend line on the obvious lows, right? So that's where we would connect our trend line. So you can see we have touch number 1, right? After that, we would connect it to here, right? And obviously we can see that our trend line is, we've drawn our trend line, and now we want to wait for touch number 3. Remember, 3 touches to make the trend line valid, guys. 3 touches. This is literally that stuff in that book that I sent, like 3 touches make the trend line valid. So touch number 1, 2, 3, right? This would have been your entry point. But remember, guys, like I said in the previous video, in most cases, you want to wait until the daily, so you want to wait for the daily candle to close to avoid being caught on the wrong side of the market, right? That's what I personally like to do. Daily, if not H4, right? So in this case, let's talk about where we would enter the market in this example, right over here. So you can see we have touch number 1, touch number 2, touch number 3. So it's like a fake out in a way, right? So let me show you guys the importance of waiting for your candles to close H4 and daily time frame, preferably daily, right? So looking at the chart, you would have seen NAS drop all the way down, and remember we drew in our trend line. So you'll be waiting for a reversal as it touches the trend line, right? So you'll be waiting for NAS to reverse over here. Let me just remove this because it's blocking the candle. You'll be waiting for NAS to reverse right over here. Right over here. You're waiting for NAS to reverse, but you can actually see that this candle is very, very bearish, and it shows no sign of reversal. No sign of reversal. So in this case, guys, like I said, we don't just wait for the market to touch the trend line. We need confirmation, candlesticks closing above, reversal candlesticks, wick rejection. You look at a lot of things, right? So me personally, see touch 2 and 3, we're sitting on the trend line. For me, it's still not an entry point. Let's pretend all of this hasn't happened, right? We're looking at it just as this was the last candle that we can see. Just pretend, guys. So me looking at it, I wouldn't enter, and obviously you can see that the candle opened, and at some point the candle came back down here. Candle reached all the way down here. Remember, guys, it's important to know how to read candles, but there is that candlestick Bible, what that I sent, all those PDFs I sent on Useless, those are the PDFs that taught me after my session with my mentor. After the one-on-one session, he gave me videos, PDFs, and I literally had to read over those, practice. Obviously with live sessions, I got better and everything, right? So you need to understand, you need to know how to read candlesticks, right? So eventually this candle closed right over here, right? And it's actually below the trend line, right? So people who rush and jump into trades, they would have looked at this as a breakout because it closed below. They would have looked at it as a breakout, right? So this kind of still closing below. So this would be our breakout candle, and they'd wait for a retest, and they'll look at this as the retest when that's really wrong if you're only looking on H1, situations like these. Let's say I open the chart and I saw this candle. To confirm that it's really a retest, I want to see how it looks on H4, right? H4, the candle still wouldn't have closed. Remember, the candle hasn't closed yet, right? It will just be very like wicky. So I'll be waiting for the H4 candle to close. In this case, to be safe, guys, wait for the H4 candle to close. And as you can see, the wrong one. Our 4-hour candle closed above with the major wick. So me seeing this H4 candle close like this above our trend line, that would be like confirmation for me to enter buys. So let's say we entered somewhere there with like a tight stop loss, just in case it retraces, right? So let's just do that. Now let's just go down to H1. Okay, so actually it would have been, let's see, would have been here. Our entry points would be exactly over here, right? And we know that on H4, it's a wick rejection, you know. Like imagine if you sold, you would have gotten caught on the wrong side of the market. Yes, it would have dropped when this candle opened, but you can see it actually closed above, right? So that's the importance of using multi-time frame analysis, right? So let's just go into, let's look into this one. I want to show this example too, because this actually happened to me not last week. When was this? 6th year. So as you can see now, NAS, we have touch number 2. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, right? And then here's touch number 4, right? So looking at NAS, we have our trend line drawn in. We'll be anticipating a fourth touch, right, to enter buys. So we were anticipating a fourth touch. See that the candle closed above the trend line, right? On H1. But then when you look at it on H4, you can see that it actually closed below. That was just a minor wick rejection. You know, you can see that it wasn't it actually closed below, right? Let me just highlight this so you guys can see. So we would have looked at it. You would have looked at it as, okay, fourth touch, which I don't blame you, right? So if you just to use one time frame and you entered, you would have gotten a bit lucky. You know, we might have made a little bit of money before like being stopped out or actually making a loss, right? Because you can see that, yes, it came back, closed above on H1. But remember, guys, like I said, you need to wait for H4 and daily time frame for extra confirmation. That's so avoid being caught on the wrong side of the market, just like this example over here, right? So you do find a lot of people finding good setups on NAS, but like they just enter too soon. They're rushing trades. There's no need to rush. If you had waited for the H4 candle to close, you would have seen that it actually closed below the trend line, you know, and like you would have been stopped out if you entered on H1. If you entered too soon on H1, you would have been stopped out. So looking at it at H4, I'll be like, okay, nah, no, I don't want to enter the buy, you know, because it closed below. But eventually the market bounced off this zone of support here. Bounced off this low to go up, right? So enough about the past. Let's look at what NAS is gonna do this week. Do you guys understand what I just do you guys understand what I just covered? That's just another tip that people don't give out. This thing is flat, it's on the die. Okay. Yes. Right. Okay, now let's analyze.
Oh,
Can that person mute their mic, please? I don't want to remove another person. It's okay, sharp. So now let's look. Can that person please mute the mic? Please, yes, sir. Aside question, do you trust about, yeah. Guys, please behave. Yeah, literally, guys, if we all work together, you know, we can get a lot done. Because it's level. Kidding me. Okay, it's actually muted it now, so it's fine. Forgive him. Right. So let's look at NAS. Okay, I deleted the daily trend lines. Sorry, I just need to do that again. Right, to have those in just to remind me that S is very, no, I don't connect it from there. Connect it on the recent. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Touch 4. just like that, right? So now we want to focus on NAS from here, from the most like recent obvious low, which is this one right over here, right? So this is where I'm going to start my trend line, right? It's actually my first time looking at NAS since it closed last week. I mean, since the market closed last week. So let me see. We've had this setup, right? And yes, in fact, I'm not gonna lie, I did wait for the full touch here, but obviously didn't enter that trade, right? So looking at NAS right now, you can see that the upward trend line has been intersected, it's been broken, you know? So we don't really want to focus on this. There's no market, like the market price is currently, current market price is far from the trend line, right? So we want to connect new trend lines. You can actually see here we do have highs, and we can connect a downward trend line over here. So maybe something like this. You can see touch 1, touch 2, touch 3. Those are entered too soon. They probably like, I know NAS is gonna possibly break out this downward trend line. I'm just gonna show you guys now. We have market structure here. Something like that. Go to H1. So as you guys can see, like this how NAS is moving, right? Those who entered the third touch, like how do I say this? What you see isn't really always the case, you know. You need to wait for confirmation. 4-hour candle, daily candle, you know. You can see we have a first touch, second touch, third touch, right? Most people would have been like, okay, third touch, I'm selling. Is this a sell? Nah, hold on. They would have been like, okay, third touch, close below, strong with rejection, going in. You know, entry points usually would have been like over here. You take first take profit would be the nearest low. That's a downtrend now. So first take profit of this nearest low, and then second would be somewhere there, right? But then look at what happened. So you're looking at this trade, you'd be like, okay, strong weak rejection, H1, right? 1 hour time frame. First touch, second touch, third touch, you'll be like, okay, third touch, strong weak rejection. You know, that can't just be your only like reason to enter. You need further confirmation. You need to see how your 4-hour your H4 candle closed, daily candle, you know. Like people jump into trades too soon. So now those entered the sell, probably like crying. Entry points would have been like somewhere here. You know, we can see that wicked down a bit. You would have been in small profits, like 100 Rand, 0.01, you know. But eventually, especially if it was a smaller country, would have been blown out, you know, because you're looking at the wrong, you're being caught on the wrong side of the market, you know. You're entering trades too soon. There isn't enough confirmation to enter the sell, because you can see that on daily time frame, the candlestick is very, very bullish. Actually looking at this one, this is Thursday's candle, Friday's candle, you know, bullish. And the 4-hour, you know, momentum, guys, momentum tells a story, right? So now let's look at NAS for this week, right? Personally speaking, I believe that NAS is going to break out this downward trend line, right? Downward trend line. Our first entry point could actually be on the previous high. Let's see. We can actually catch it before it breaks out. Let's see. Let's see something. Just like that, you can see resisted, supported, resisted, resisted, supported, broke, you know, resisted again, resisted. But you can see now that this zone is actually broken right now. This H1 candle is very, very bullish, right? You can see we actually retesting this zone, right? However, you can see that we do have lows here to connect an upward trend line. I forgot to click it, hold on. Right. So yes, we do have a downward trend line, guys, but looking at the bigger picture, bigger time frame, you can tell that NAS is still bullish, you know. Momentum never lies. That's one thing I'm gonna say, guys. Momentum never lies. Momentum never lies. Like NASM momentum, like same WhatsApp group. You just need to look at the bigger picture, guys. That's something I've been like insisting, something I've been preaching since the start of the session. You need to look at the bigger time frame. Look at the momentum on the bigger time frame to avoid being caught on the wrong side of the market or entering trades too soon. So as I said, we have our first touch, second touch, and yes, NAS is retesting this zone, right? But however, I do believe that it's going to wick down a bit. Wick down a bit to our trend line, upper trend line for a third touch, then we can enter buys to go to the upside, right? But however, if you want to be like a safe trader, if you want to be safe, I personally suggest waiting on the breakout of the trend line, right? And then entering on the retest, right? Trend line plus this low over here goes hand in hand. Let me just show you on the 30 minutes. So it's actually on the same level, right? So that's how I'm looking at NAS for this week, guys.
Put the beer on the side.
Let me see the chats. Do you guys understand? Like the importance of like looking at the bigger time frame, looking at momentum, how the candlesticks close. Open the chat. Yeah, I also see buys. Yeah, so guys, yeah. Remember, guys, we strictly most of the time we'd like to stick to trend lines, you know, for entry points. We like to stick to trend lines. I feel more comfortable entering a setup based on the trend line. Yes, yeah, well, yes, I also see it's okay, proper. Yes, bro, being caught on the wrong side, something we need clarity on. Yes, like you guys mustn't rush to enter the trade. What NAS break the trend line but don't retest it, then it's fine. We missed that setup, you know. What's if NAS breaks the trend line but don't retest? There's nothing we can do. Remember, just keep like the group. But it depends. It depends. So as I was saying, somebody asked, what if NAS breaks the trend line doesn't retest? Then there's nothing you can do. Like guys, the retest isn't guaranteed. Third touch isn't guaranteed. You know, you just trade what you see. Trade what the market gives you guys. What you see. Just wait for the market to 100%. Just wait for the market to play out. You usually need to wait for the market to play out. That's why I touched on psychology in the beginning, guys. Like you need to just be patient. You know, some people like are probably in buys right now. You know, but I personally do believe that NAS is going to drop a bit down to the trend line, possibly even like reject, you know, strong wick rejection before continuing to push to the upside, you know. Like there isn't really much to it. I can't be saying what if, you know, I just trade what I see, you know. And that's what I'm trying to like drill into your guys' brains that you need to trade what you can see, what the market gives you, you know, trade what you see. So yeah, I see first touch, second touch. I'll be waiting for a third touch. If I don't get a third touch, let's say the NAS closes below my upward trend line, then I'll simply change my points of view. I'll wait for a retest. If I don't get that retest, if it just like shoots down, then it's fine, you know. Like you need to have a rule. You can't be trying to catch every single pip in the market, every single move. You can't be like you need to have your trading plan. You know, my trading plan is third touch, retest, third touch, fourth touch, fifth touch, and retest. You know, if I don't get those, I don't enter. It's like that's simple, you know. Let me see. This session really opened my mind. Yeah, like you really need to be patient, guys. You need to be patient. Like patience. Like your psychology needs to like change. You mustn't like you can't. It's okay if you don't trade for a day or a week. You know, it really is okay. If you didn't get your setup, then don't trade. If you didn't get your entry point, don't trade. You know, that's why you need to know yourself as a trader. But at the same time, it's not like, you need to know yourself as a trader. You know, like my trading plan is different to my mentor, right? When Ashes taught me, like he like showed me a trading plan, everything. You know, it's different. This is what works for me. Yes, he told me the same thing. But remember, everyone trades in their own way, guys. Remember that. Some people are in the buy right now, for example. Some people are in this buy on Nasdaq right now, right? It's like those who trade zones, whatever it's called, supply demand zones. I don't understand it. They in this buy, you know. But remember, guys, we use trend lines, right? And trend lines are like number one backbone, you know. Rely on trend lines, guys. Don't. Yes, we can use support and resistance and all that, but only when it goes hand in hand with the trend line, you know. But strictly, like as beginners, focus strictly on the trend line. No third touch, no entry points, you know. So Nasdaq this week, I'm gonna be waiting for third touch. I'm gonna wait to actually, let me say, I'm gonna wait to see how it reacts to the trend line. You know, that's how you should look at the market. So I'm gonna wait to see how it reacts to the trend line. If you respect the trend line, buys, breaks, I'm gonna wait for the retest, and then yeah. Can we do a currency pair? Right. Let's do a currency pair. Give me a pair. Give me a pair. Currency pair. Currency pair, GBPUSD, GBPUSD. Right. GBPUSD. Me, I'm not really, this isn't a pair I'm comfortable with, you know. Let me look at it. How do I remove this thing? So GBPUSD. Okay, first thing, I'm looking at market structure. I can see that it's very, very bullish, right? And then it got to this high, this zone over here. Ever since then, it failed to break above, you know, failed to carry on with the bullish rally, right? So we can expect sells, right? But looking more into it, I can see this low, most recent low. So let me just, but we can actually see, we want to focus on the current market, you know, so we can see here. I can actually anticipate already what's going to happen. Like the structure, guys, structure never lies. You need to understand how to restructure. So let me just plot this. Yeah, it's resist. And I just do this to know where to connect my trend line from, you know. So as I said, do that to know where to connect my trend line, so you can see first low, second low, just like that, right? So this is literally how I look. I didn't analyze GBPUSD before. I haven't actually looked at the markets. So I look at, okay, first touch, second touch, wait for touch number 3, right? For entry points, however, snap. We can see that we do have like a mini downtrend here, like a channel. It looks like a channel. Let me see if I connect. Yeah, so connecting the downward trend line now on our obvious peaks. So 1, 2, 3, third touch, that would have been entry points if you opened your charts, you know, while this was still forming, right? Let me see if I can connect. That isn't too solid, just remove it, right? So that's H4, let's go down to H1. Let's look at the charts quick. I'm also seeing a buy, it's a descending, yeah, 100%. I'm looking at the market at a perspective of like how other people will be looking at it, you know, but I already know that I want to buy because, you know, I connect to my upward trend and I can see, you know, that it's more bullish than bearish. I just look at the candle. But guys, you need to know how to read. You need to know how to like look at the markets and read, study the candles. You can see that we have like strong bullish candles compared to our bearish candles, you know, like our buying candles are much stronger, much longer, you know, compared to like bearish candles, you know. You can even see the most recent move was very, very bullish. So right now, GPUSD is actually going to retrace. Okay, no, I actually wasn't finished. I wanted to see if I can connect. Yeah, like this. So in the Falcon way, Falcon language, this would be a correction, right? So you can see that here's our impulse. Hold on. Be impulse, right? And this is currently our correction, right? Waiting on another impulsive move. We'll be waiting for another impulsive move to the upside. So yeah, I think GPUSD is going to buy based off technical analysis. You know, yet again now, I just need to be patient, or everyone needs to be patient for the buy to come. You know, like you can't enter now. You don't have, like, we know it's going to retrace down. Okay, we know it's most likely to retrace. It's very likely to retrace down to the trend line, but you can't say you want to sell. Like, why? Why you want to sell? That's when you're like gambling. You know, you're just guessing. You know, you don't have an entry point. You have no reason to enter. You really do. You really don't have any reason to enter. Then touch the trend line. No trend line touch. No nothing. You know. So GPUSD, based off our strategy, guys, we should wait for it to retrace down. Wait for it to retrace down for the third touch. See how it reacts. If it closes above, if it respects, get our reversal candle, then we can buy. First take profits. If it's retracing, this will be our first take profits because it'll be the previous high, you know. But if you want to follow the 90% rule, there you go. There it is. So do you guys, oh, not bad. I wanted to put an array. Do you guys understand that? Do you guys understand that? Do you guys understand? Understand loud and clear away. Yes, bro, always proper. Simplicity, yeah. Simplicity. Online session. Online session. Can you please explain it again each time, but it's saved. It's saved. Give me another pair. Win to 90% rule, mostly when you have a big account. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, I hardly use it. Because you do know there's gonna be like pullbacks and everything, but eventually, guys, you can even save this. Like it is, we are gonna reach this. However, yeah, for triple top. See first top, second top, boom. Third top, yeah. So remember this. Remember, not a vibes. I'm seeing gold, a lot of gold. I'm seeing a lot of gold. Okay, let me look at it. Let me type in gold on Google. All right, trading views, XAU, USD. Forex. No, this is an old. This is okay. Am I the only one? Oh, guys, VIX isn't in the mentorship thing. Like even me, I'm still learning VIX. Lately, I've been blowing on it. So I haven't been posting. Yeah, I mean, it's impossible. But you can see losses only on VIX. Recently made profits, but yeah, VIX is something I'm still learning. I'm not in a rush to give up mentorship for it's okay. So gold, right? Gold likes to move in zones. So first things first, we can see obviously, guys, like Same for trend lines. Also, your thingy, remove that. You want to look at your obvious levels, obvious lows, obvious highs. So you can see that here, some things here, right? I starts over there. So there we go. You can see this major level. Remember, we're on the daily time frame. Like if you open gold on the H1 time frame, you would have seen this big bullish move, but you wouldn't have understood why. Why is gold pushing to the upside? Us who look at the market from the bigger time frames, we know that okay, gold is pushing up because there's this major zone, resistance, turn into support again, support again. So understanding the market is very important. Because when you understand the markets, you're confident. So if, let's say we were to enterprise on gold right now, we'll be calm, we'll be confident. We know that gold is buying because it's been bouncing off our support zone. Whereas compared to someone who would open the charts and just see that gold is buying, or just see that gold is moving to the upside, they'll buy, right? But then they won't be as confident because they don't know why they're buying. The why is very important, guys. I hope you guys understand that. It's very important to understand the market. Okay, so I can see that zone. Next, here, you can see we have something there. But it looks choppy in the past, but okay, let's see. So there we go, we have our two zones right on gold. But you can actually see I want to show you guys, I'm not saying the touch is always guaranteed. It's not always guaranteed. You see here, first touch, second touch. Let's say we opened our charts and market was over here. We'd be like, okay, we want to wait for a third touch, but you see, we didn't get it. We didn't get the third touch, it happens. It happens. Okay, so I'm still looking at gold. So you can see it's moving between these two zones. It's my first time actually looking at it, but there is like a mini zone here. You can see gold likes to move in zones. That's why you'll hardly see me trading it because it doesn't fit my trading plan. So we can actually see that gold is buying based off the daily time frame support level, right? But you can see that on H4, there is another zone here in the middle, resisted off this zone, broke out, supported. You can see just ranging, right? So we can actually expect a duplicate, whatever it is, but another of this, another move of this in this zone over here, right? So gold, based off this, right? Gold is most likely actually, this actually goes hand in hand with the trendline trading strategy now. Looking at it from the trendline trading strategy, we will see this as a retest. Remember, we have that upward trend line. Wait for the retest to sell. So yeah, that's actually something I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I can actually trade this now because it fits my strategy. No touch, no entry. You get a touch here, then yeah, perfect for entry. So yeah, gold is actually retesting the gold is actually retracing to retest the daily trend line that was broken, right? Prices can go hand in hand with those who trade. It's gonna go hand in hand with those who trade supply and demand, support and resistance. They'll see it as gold reacting to this level over here, right? Which is not wrong. Yeah, it could. But us looking at it from trendline trading strategy, from the trendline trading strategy perspective, we'll see it as a retest, to the downside. So yeah, that's gold. I do think it's going to continue going up a little bit. I just want to see how it's going to react to the trend line. So that's my analysis on gold, actually. Thanks for that one, actually. So do you guys look at H1, you're seeing uptrend, okay. An uptrend. Yeah. You can see first touch, second touch, third touch. So this is actually the most recent entry point. Correct. Yeah, that guy's right. Shout out. So do you guys understand that? Do you guys understand? Before we go next, are you understanding? Yes, sir. Yeah, we follow. Right. The session's gonna get cut now, guys, because I only have the standard version. It's gonna let me. I'm gonna go back to the Zoom screen so I can see everyone's face, so everyone can put the camera on. Okay, right. The session's gonna get cut just now because I have the standard